Okay, so we're diving into the world of technical directors,
Mm,
specifically in entertainment. We've got RoleCatcher's career guide to help us out.
cool.
And, it's not just about knowing how to work the tech.
Right.
It's way more than that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's like taking that artistic vision and actually making it happen
Yeah, it's where the rubber meets the road.
on stage or screen.
You're taking that vision, and often it's something really complex, really ambitious,
Yeah.
and figuring out how to make it a reality.
Hmm.
It's a lot of pressure.
So the guide mentions adapting prototypes, and that just sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
What kind of prototypes are we even talking about here?
Well, let's say a director says,
Okay.
I want a stage that splits in half, and then one side rises while the other one goes down or something.
Whoa.
The technical director has to figure out
If that's even possible.
exactly,
Okay.
is it even possible? How much is it going to cost?
Right.
What kind of engineering is needed to make it happen? And to make it happen safely.
It's like they're the bridge between, like, the imagination and then the actual, like, laws of physics.
Totally.
And budget.
And budget, yeah, exactly.
That takes a special kind of brain.
It really does. It's a very specific combination of technical expertise,
Okay.
but also that creative problem solving.
Yeah.
You need to really know your stuff.
Okay.
Things like stage machinery, lighting design, sound engineering.
So it's not just one thing.
No,
It's all these different elements.
the whole toolbox.
Wow. Okay, so let's say I'm a technical director.
Yeah.
I get handed this design for a set,
No.
and it's like defying gravity.
Yeah.
Where do I even begin?
Well, you'd start by breaking it down into the core components. What are the key things that have to move?
Okay.
What are the materials?
Yeah.
How much weight is involved?
So you have to think about all the practical limitations.
Yeah.
Before you can even get to the how.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And then you start looking at possible solutions
Okay.
using your knowledge of engineering,
Yeah.
available technology, and sometimes just good old-fashioned ingenuity.
I was just going to say, it's not like you can Google this stuff, right?
Sometimes you can,
Or sometimes, yeah.
but often it's about thinking outside the box, being resourceful,
It's like, okay, we can't actually make this fly,
Right.
but what can we do to make it look like it's flying?
Exactly. Maybe we use hydraulic lifts, some clever lighting.
Right.
Create an illusion.
Right.
It's a real balancing act, art and practicality.
I bet that's so rewarding, though, when you see your solution.
Oh, absolutely. It's the best feeling.
Yeah.
But this guide doesn't sugarcoat it. There are challenges too.
What do you mean?
We're talking long hours, tight deadlines,
Mhm.
constantly having to solve problems.
Right, because the show must go on, as they say.
Exactly. It's not a 9-to-5 job, that's for sure.
The guy did mention those long hours and the really high-stress situations.
Yeah.
So it's not all glamour and opening nights.
It's more like late-night tech rehearsals, on-the-spot fixes.
Oh, I bet.
You need a thick skin, you need to be able to think under pressure,
Yeah.
and you really have to love this work.
I imagine the stakes are pretty high, too. Like, if something goes wrong,
Yes.
on the technical side, it could derail the entire production.
Absolutely.
Talk about pressure.
It takes a certain kind of person to not just handle that pressure,
Yeah.
but to actually thrive in that environment.
Now, the guide also talks about different specializations
Right.
within the field. So you could start out maybe focusing on lighting design and then work your way up to managing a team, right?
That's one path, yeah, definitely. There's room to grow,
Oh,
whether
yeah.
you're passionate about lighting or sound or stage mechanics, even costume design.
Oh, wow.
Each area needs its own set of skills.
Right. So it's about finding your niche
Yeah.
within this world of technical direction.
Exactly.
Find that one thing that you're, like, really passionate about
For sure.
and that your skills really align with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like you're a master craftsperson,
Yeah.
but instead of wood or metal,
Uh-huh.
it's light and sound and all the stage mechanic stuff.
It's true. And as you get more experience, more expertise,
Right.
you might even end up leading a team of technicians.
Okay.
You're coordinating all these complex technical aspects.
So that leadership aspect, that's something the guide brought up too.
Absolutely.
It's not enough to just, like, be a technical whiz.
Right.
You've got to be able to manage people,
Oh, for sure.
manage budgets.
It's like you're conducting an orchestra, in a way.
I was just going to say.
Making sure everything works together.
Yeah.
Communicating with everyone, from the lighting designers to the stage
And
hands.
keeping that budget in check.
Oh, always. And the schedule, too. That's a big one.
So those people skills, just as important as the technical know-how.
Oh, definitely. Remember those creative personalities we talked about?
Right.
You need a good technical director to be that communicator, that diplomat.
Yeah.
Someone who can take those artistic visions and turn them into, like, a plan.
Oh, totally. And navigate all those like creative differences that come up,
Exactly, because there are always going to be some.
especially when you're on a tight deadline.
Oh, tell me about 'em.
Things are changing at the last minute.
It comes with the territory. You need patience, a sense of humor.
Yeah, you can't get flustered easily.
No way, no way.
Wow.
The guide even mentions that. Flexibility and adaptability.
Makes sense, because in entertainment, things change all the time.
Constantly. You could be in the middle of tech rehearsals. The director decides they want a whole new lighting scheme.
Oh, no.
Or a piece of equipment just decides to die right before the show.
Oh, that's the worst.
You got to think on your feet, got to find those creative solutions.
Right.
Keep the show running no matter what.
So it's this constant problem solving?
It really is. It's like being, I don't know, a technical detective.
I love that. A technical detective.
Figuring out how to make the impossible possible.
Right, and the guide really emphasized that whole thing of staying up to date
Oh, yeah.
on all the newest technologies.
All the new trends.
Because what works for one show might be completely obsolete for the next.
It's like you're constantly learning in this field.
Always. Always. 1 week, you're at an industry conference.
The next, you're learning new software. Or maybe even working with engineers to build something totally custom for a specific show.
That's so cool. So the learning never stops.
It really doesn't.
The guy did mention this is a pretty competitive field.
It is.
So for someone who's, wanting to break into the world of technical direction,
Yeah.
where do they even begin?
Well, usually it starts with a good education,
It's okay.
theater arts or something similar.
Okay.
Technical theater, stage management, production design, things like that.
So you want those programs that are going to give you a good foundation.
Exactly. But then hands-on experience, that's just as important.
So we're talking internships,
Yeah,
volunteering at theaters,
for sure.
maybe even getting involved with student productions.
All of that, absolutely. Gives you a taste of what the job's really like.
Yeah, and you get to make those connections.
Exactly. Networking is huge in this industry.
Speaking of networking, the guide did emphasize that quite a bit. What's so important about it?
Well, for one, the entertainment industry runs on connections.
Right.
Knowing the right people can open doors, lead to jobs, collaborations, all of that.
It's not just what you know, it's who you know. Right.
It can feel that way sometimes, but it's also about building a support system.
Okay.
Because when you're facing some crazy technical problem at 3 in the morning...
Yeah, which I'm sure happens.
Oh, it does. It does.
You need those people who've been there.
Exactly. They've been there. They get it. They can offer advice, support.
Commiseration.
Exactly.
So it's like no technical director is an island, right?
That's a good way to put it. The guy also talks about building a strong portfolio.
Oh, that's important.
Crucial. You want to show off your skills,
Okay.
the productions you've worked on, what your role was, what you contributed.
So if you designed lighting for a show.
Yes. Showcase it. Photos, videos, even 3D models.
So it's like a visual representation of your resume in a way.
It's like a highlight reel of
Yeah.
your best work.
Hmm.
And don't be afraid to get specific.
Yeah.
Did you solve a really tough technical challenge? Include that.
Right. Brag about yourself a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those are the details that make you stand out.
Now, the guide also talked about going to industry events, showcases.
They're fantastic. You get to network,
Right. Meet people.
see what other people are doing, learn about new technologies.
And you never know who you're going to meet.
Exactly. Could be
Yeah.
a future employer, collaborator,
Yeah.
maybe just someone who's been in the industry forever and has some great advice.
Right. A mentor, even.
All about putting yourself out there.
Making those connections, showing the world what you can do. Okay, so let's talk career outlook then.
Okay.
Because after all this hard work,
Yeah.
are we talking about a stable career path?
Right.
Or is the future as predictable as, a lighting rig with a short circuit?
Well, the good news is the guide seems pretty optimistic.
Okay, good.
The entertainment industry is always changing.
Yeah.
But that change brings new opportunities.
So all those new technologies, all those new trends,
Uh-huh.
that's job security in disguise.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
Think about it. Every time there's some new innovation in entertainment, someone's got to figure out how to make it work technically.
Someone's got to be that bridge, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So whether it's VR, immersive theater,
Right.
whatever comes next.
Right, you have to stay ahead of the curve.
Precisely. And that's what keeps it exciting.
Yeah, I bet. Always a new challenge, a new problem to solve.
Always. Always something new to learn.
Well, like you're not just like keeping up with the times. You're
Yeah.
kind of one step ahead, right? Anticipating what's next.
That's the job.
And that's what makes this career, I imagine, so exciting.
Totally. There's always a new challenge to tackle, always something new to figure out.
So after this deep dive,
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm like
Mm.
blown away by all the creativity, all
Yeah.
the technical, like, wizardry.
It's a special kind of magic.
It really is.
And it all starts with those passionate people,
Yeah.
the ones who are behind the scenes, making these incredible things happen.
So for someone who's listening and they're thinking,
Yeah.
man, that sounds like me. I love a challenge. I love the creativity.
Uh-huh.
Where do they even begin?
I'd say dive in, look at theater arts programs, volunteer at your local theater,
Okay.
start playing around with lighting, with sound
Getting their
design.
hands dirty.
Exactly. Exactly. And reach out to people who are already doing this work.
Right.
Those people in this industry, they love to share their knowledge, their passion.
They want to bring up the next generation.
Exactly.
It's like we were saying earlier, no technical director is an island.
That's so true. Find your people, find what you're passionate about, and never stop learning.
Because this world of technical direction,
Right.
it's huge.
It is.
And it's always changing.
always. So find your place in it. Make your mark on the world.
Now, here's something to think about.
Okay.
Think about all the incredible live events you've been to, the concerts, the plays,
Mm-hmm.
even the movies you've seen.
Yeah.
Behind all of that
Yeah.
are these amazing technical directors.
Working their magic.
They're making it all happen.
Behind the scenes.
So next time you're like totally captivated by a show,
Yeah.
take a moment and appreciate
Yeah.
those unseen hands, you know, the ones who made it possible.
Because it's a team effort, always.
And hey, maybe someday
Yeah.
you'll be one of those hands shaping the future of entertainment.
Wouldn't that be something?